What's going on, y'all? Today I'm gonna be going over an in-depth video on why Elden Ring is better than Sekiro. Now I know both of the games, they both won Game of the Year. Obviously we have some competition here, but I just really wanted to go in depth into the factors at what makes Elden Ring the better game. Before I begin, I just want to say this is my opinion, and anyone who says otherwise is automatically invalid. Alright? Without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, the very first reason why I believe that Elden Ring is better than Sekiro is going to be the combat. Now, the combat in Sekiro is it's very basic, and that doesn't really suit me. Basically, you have your parry, your deflect, you have a couple counter moves, and you obviously have the attack. I just find this to be really bland, and it's kind of pathetic, honestly, that this is one of the newer games and it has an outdated combat system that is very bland and boring. But then you go over to the Elden Ring combat system and you have these, all sorts of different types of attacks. You have the Ashes of War. You have, different incantations, magic, whole bunch of weapons that don't just have the same boring moves over and over again. Now, this is a strong reason, but it's not the number one reason. All right, this is just it's just a very basic reason, but it is a very important one in that factor. So yeah, combat. Alright, so the number two reason why I'm gonna say Elden Ring is better than Sekiro is because of the bosses. Now, the bosses in Sekiro aren't necessarily bad, they're terrible. Not only do they feel like the exact repeats over and over. I mean, you got Ashin, you got like all these bosses that always have swords. Like, it's just swords all over again, and it's crazy. And you have these bosses that the bosses they aren't balanced in Sekiro. They're very basic designs, and it's just like, really, like, the developers could have done way better with it, and it's honestly disappointing. But anyways, if we go over to the Elden Ring bosses, you have tons of variety. I'm talking hundreds of bosses. All of them are different. Elden Ring does not repeat any bosses, except for just a couple. There's maybe like one or two, but the bosses in Elden Ring, they feel different every time. I mean, like, it's not just swords over and over again like in Sekiro. You actually have different like things, and you have to think how to counter these bosses instead of just pressing one button to deflect. Elden Ring is just overall, it just does way better with the bosses, and it's really just not comparable. But yeah, let's just get into the number one reason. And to top it off with the number one reason, we have Dragon. I genuinely do not understand what the devs were thinking when they designed this mechanic. Are you serious? Really gonna lock me out of the game and the quest just because I'm dying? It's a basic mechanic in Souls games to die, and they're punishing you for it. Like, I'm sorry that the game is hard. What do you want me to do? I can't cheese the game because, like, it's just such a stupid mechanic, and I don't know why they added this. It truly makes me hate Sekiro. I don't want to play it. My 3 hours of playtime, I hated every single minute of it because of Dragon Rot, making me go and do all this nonsense just to get rid of Dragon Rot. I seriously hate this game because of it. If Dragon Rot simply was not in Sekiro, I could say it's better than Demon Souls, but it's not even at that. Like, it's trash. It's trash. I don't know what they were thinking. Seriously, like, come on, FromSoft or whoever made it. Yeah, you get it, but like, come on, what were they thinking? Dragon Rot.